I don't have to kill her because she was pregnant. If I kill her because she betrayed me. I kill her because she stole from me. Even if she didn't steal anything physically, you stole what could have been mine. I killed her because we had an understanding and she decided to go do something off on her own. Not killing her for a baby that we could just get rid of.
Nayimd $ nigga. Nayimd.
Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Nayim. I'm your host, and today let's talk about T Grizzley, his aunt, and Sada Baby. And if you're wondering why I'm bringing up Sada Baby in relation to his aunt's murder, and if you don't know for some odd reason, they're saying that they're alleging or whatever that T Grizzley had his aunt, who they say is not his biological aunt. He had her murdered because he got her pregnant or whatever. I mean, it just sounds ridiculous. I'm gonna be for real. Let's just get that part out of the way. There's plenty of people that we grow up with that we call our cousin because their mama was friends with somebody and their mama friend had kids and we grew up with them, or somebody in the neighborhood, or whatever, stuff like that. Same thing with aunt, same thing with uncle, same thing with Mima, or whatever you call folks nowadays. So it's not far-fetched that his aunt would be a lady that he grew up with, a lady that his mama knew, a lady that his daddy knew, a lady who was a part of the family before he was even born, who just happened to have some business astuteness to her. So whatever with the I mean, I don't even know about the pregnancy thing. She might have had been pregnant by her boyfriend or something like that, because let's just be honest, if he did get this lady pregnant, why wouldn't she just get an abortion? Like, we got to use our common sense. You know what I'm saying? The lady was probably already pregnant by her boyfriend, her husband, whoever, and people just making stuff up. And just to finish that point off, it's just, I don't understand how we live in this society where we know people and publications lie. People and publications and organizations and police and officials and all these type of folks and federales, everybody lies, has a history of lying, and everybody's just going off whatever words they say. They just, oh yeah, if they said it, it's got to be true because it's on paper. Just because it's on paper, that does not mean that it's true. I don't believe that, and I'm just gonna make my stance clear. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me know that I'm wrong, because unless they do a DNA test, I don't believe that he got that lady pregnant. So enough of that. I want to talk mainly about why, if it is true, which I don't know if it is, I don't believe it, but I don't not believe it, because there's always some plausibility to these things. If he got his aunt assassinated, if he ordered the murder of his aunt, how and why he would even do that. If you recall, before, way back in like the Detroit lore, and I say lore because to even know what's going on in Detroit, you got to really be honing in on that stuff, because it's such a concentrated, rich, niche area of music. Really, that whole Midwest is concentrated and niche. And I wish I would have closed the window, because my neighbor is cutting his grass. We just gonna have to work through it. So if you recall that T Grizzley's aunt used to manage him and Sada Baby. She managed him first. When T Grizzley came out, he came out under Leor and Kevin Lyles, under 300. He was hot as fish grease. His story was amazing. He was this young dude out of Detroit with the first day out. I want to say he started the trend, because when he did his first day out, that's when everybody started doing. So I'm going to say he pioneered the first day out for the younger people. He was hot as fish grease, and he went up. And he was the biggest thing. But then, because I mean, without spending too much time on those details, because I want to get to all the other stuff, then Sada Baby come in. And when Sada Baby came in, it was like something, I ain't gonna say it was like something we never seen, but it was definitely everything he did was just on fire. Every single thing he did. And when you have a situation where somebody you calling your aunt, so you would assume that this lady would pour all her time, her resources, and her efforts into you because we have a closer relationship than any other business you can do. The business that you do outside of me is okay, assuming that you're going to give me the first right of refusal, assuming that you're going to give me the choice in the pickings of the most, lucrative opportunities. We know in music, you don't get to decide what gets blown up and what doesn't. You can engineer stuff like, I'm going to say it like this. T Grizzly absolutely experienced hatred, jealousy, and envy of Sada Baby when it comes to the managing of the aunt, because if the aunt wasn't managing him, he wouldn't probably have any of these kind of feelings. Because if that was the case, he would be mad at everybody in Detroit. So the reason that there's that envy, that hatred, that wickedness, that turmoil, that battle, that jealousy going on inside of T Grizzly for his aunt, if this is a real thing, and for Sada Baby, because remember they had a beef and a falling out about the careers and all of that, it's because T Grizzly was the foundation of everything that his aunt was building. T Grizzly had to get out and make the sacrifices. T Grizzly had to be the person to build up the foundation, build up the work, be able to even be somebody that anybody else would want to work with his aunt as a manager. Because if you didn't know, managers, they usually have more than, one person that they're dealing with at a time. Most of the time they do. They can. Sometimes they might go all in, but T Grizzly was 100% the foundation that his aunt's business was built on. And it's kind of like with QC. When QC became a thing, they started off with, if you really know your lore, go back in the gap. They started with, coming up with Gucci and running with all of them people. And when they became, a label, it was OG Mako, the Migos, Skipper the Flipper, all of those people, all of those Key, all those characters and all of those people, right? And once all of these people, which really was Key, OG Mako, Skipper the Flipper, all those other, characters that don't really exist anymore right now as far as being pushed to the front, they started the foundation that allowed Migos to springboard a little bit more. And then Migos created they finished laying all the bricks and putting up the walls and putting up the beams and putting in the electricity that built the house and put the roof on the house. So now this is a sustainable, this is now a sustainable business, a sustainable place that is to be respected and we can live in. All of that work went into making it easy for them to create, because Lil Baby is a creative player, create a situation for Lil Baby to come in and be able to just walk in the door and easily get hits. Because now the foundation's already built. We're already in a respectable place. We already know everybody. We already got all the relationships. We already made all the mistakes we were going to make with all of our other artists. We already know how much things cost. We already know this is where we can go and this is where we can't go and this is what we do and this is how we get there. So it makes it easier. Yes, Migos and all the other people did all the heavy lifting and all the hard work to make this place what it is, along with the owners and stuff. But now it's easy for us because we were able to put Lil Baby through, because we were able to prove ourselves. That is the same thing with T Grizzly's aunt and Sada Baby with T Grizzly. T Grizzly laid that foundation. T Grizzly was able to put her name throughout Detroit, because you might not have knew her where you were at in California or Virginia or New York or whatever, but people knew who she was. because of who he was. And then when this other guy come, and because she already know what to do with him, she already know where to send him, she already know where to go, they already know how things need to be. Plus he had that edge where he showed his personality. He don't take himself too seriously. He had songs with Nicki. He had all these big, huge, crazy records and stuff. He was just on this crazy, crazy, crazy run. You start feeling the kind of way because people ain't looking at you like that no more. Yeah, you got songs with Chris Brown, and you're still a little bit more relevant to him now because it kind of evens itself out. And that's why you got to play the long game and not really look at other people and care about other people's situations and stuff like that and just focus on yourself. That created that bitterness and that animosity and that jealousy because why weren't you're feeling like, why won't I getting that from her? When we really family, this dude not even who he say he is. I'm not coming in here on all that crazy stuff that he is. And people forget that jealousy and envy are precursors to murder. It gets to the point where you get tired of seeing somebody that you don't like. You get tired of seeing people who you feel like took something from you, because he absolutely felt like, bro, this dude took what was supposed to be mine because I really put in this work. He didn't have to do nothing to be a blood. He didn't have to do nothing for people to listen to his music. He's lying about his age, whatever he's doing, and somebody is reaping all the benefits and the rewards of the house that you built. And you get to that point where you just can't take it no more, and it ain't really gonna be too much more going on for you as far as peak, because a lot of people, you can have multiple up and down peaks, but because of the subject matter, it really don't go like that. So it got to the point where he just couldn't take it no more. He got tired of seeing her. He got tired of being around her. He got tired or whatever, and maybe he came up with this crazy, elaborate, illustrious plan to get her out the way, because yeah, Sada Baby is as cold as a frozen piece of tuna, but T Grizzley didn't forget how he was treated and how he was looked at and how this dude was able to go off and beyond and do more on the stuff that he built. He didn't forget what his aunt did. He didn't forget any of that. And people don't let that kind of stuff go. There are people who will hold a grudge until they go into the grave. But like I said, and that's just the mindset of how he would even have got to that point. How he would have even been able to even have the idea of, I'm just going to get her killed because you're going to give away all of my resources. I don't think there was no love, whatever. I mean, bro, you got to prove that. You can't prove, like, who said that? Like that. Really, I really wanted to just talk about this. I mean, I'm not even really interested in entertaining the idea of this dude getting this lady pregnant, because just get her, like, come on, bro, take the morning after pill. I don't have to kill her because she was pregnant. If I kill her, I'll kill her because she betrayed me. I kill her because she stole from me. Even if she didn't steal anything physically, you stole what could have been mine. I killed her because we had an understanding and she decided to go do something off on her own. Not killing her for a baby that we could just get rid of. I mean, all things pushed to the side with this silly stuff that people talk about and people do. When did we just start believing it because it was on paper? There's plenty of stuff that's written down that's not true. They rewrite hit, bro. I remember one time I seen like this paper from like a third grade class or something that was like, Abraham Lincoln let go. He relieved of duty the house servants. Everybody here was indentured servants, and he said, it's not right that they're not getting what they need so they can go. Bro, that is not what happened. And that's a lot of the times when I see these media outlets run with it, it's like, run with these silly stories because it's sensationalism, bro. Why do you need to be sensationalized to make a point? I think that's stupid. I think that takes away credibility of what you got going on. No, I didn't read the thing, but again, common sense. I'm not, why would I don't have to kill you because you're pregnant. Just get rid of the goddamn child. Why would a lady, because I don't know how old she was, but why would this lady, if she had a situation going on, maybe she could have been pregnant by him. But if she was pregnant by him, why didn't she just get rid of it? If you don't know who the baby father is, get rid of it. I'm a pro whatever the fucker. How about that? Pro-life, pro-abortion, pro whatever the fuck. That's what I am. Like, I just don't understand some of the logic behind some of these things. It's a clear-cut case of I was jealous, I was upset, and it drove me to the point of madness. This is clear-cut that. I wouldn't be surprised if this whole thing just went away. Because people are silly. You want that to be true? Like, what kind of freak shit is y'all on, man?
AYIMEDWARD $, nigga. NAYIMED.